cancer. As someone who fundraises annually for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, I find myself saying this line often. But I have a confession to make. I think it's unlikely that there is a cure for cancer. As scientists discover the incredible complexities of these diseases, the possibility of finding a single, easy, fix-all solution becomes increasingly unlikely. However, I do believe, and I'm hoping you all will believe as well, that we will, with the right resources, someday in the near future, find many cures for cancers. So I guess the question to begin with then is, what is cancer? Cancer is actually an umbrella term encompassing a wide-ranging set of diseases, each involving the rapid proliferation of abnormal cells. Now, cancer has long captivated our attention because it is incredibly deceptive and hard to pin down. Cancer cells are a lot like stonefish. If you have yet to see the outline of the grotesque fish frowning at you among the bed of rocks, don't worry, you're not alone. To a passing immune cell, a cancer cell on the surface looks a lot like a healthy cell, much like a passing fish might mistake a stonefish for a harmless rock. Because cancer cells are masters of disguise, they are able to invade healthy tissues unchecked, evading the watchful eye of the immune system and the grasp of human remedies to control it. Now, we have seen astounding advances in many cancers, but we have ways to go in others. It is because of this, and a rare cancer in particular called acute myeloid leukemia, that I fundraise for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society year after year. Acute myeloid leukemia, or AML, is a particularly aggressive form of cancer that originates in the blood production centers of the bone marrow. Now, in a healthy person, this is what the blood will look like. It's a collection of many red blood cells, platelets, plasma, and a couple of white blood cells here and there. With AML, however, immature white blood cells begin to crowd out the healthy cells, resulting in a devastating and rapidly deteriorating condition. To remedy this problem, ideally, we could separate the healthy cells from the cancer cells and kill the cancer cells with, say, chemotherapy. The problem with this, however, is that chemotherapy is nonspecific enough that it also attacks rapidly dividing healthy cells. Moreover, we're finding that even within AML, there are various cancer subtypes. So in other words, attacking all cases of AML with the same drug concoction may work well in one case, but be rejected by other subtypes. So what if we can match AML patients with treatment specifically tailored to match their unique situations? To do this, we could scan the genomes of the cancer cells, identify the genetic mutations, and match patients to the drug specifically designed to recognize and target that cancer subtype. Now, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is putting this into action right now, and this is where the future of cancer research is heading. So LLS leads a uniquely collaborative project in which biopharmaceutical companies, genomics labs, and clinical sites all come together. Instead of following the standard one-size-fits-all approach, LLS is embracing the philosophy of precision medicine, in which bioinformatics and genomics and new technologies are used to understand each individual's cancer and assign that individual to the drug treatment wing in which the patient will be most successful. Now, this is big, because if we give each subtype the special attention it warrants, we will find ourselves in a future of greater long-term success rates and fewer side effects during treatment. While this initiative specifically focuses on AML, if successful, it could serve as the model for future cancer research in many areas. Now, in something as big as this, it's easy to get lost in the big picture. But really, it boils down to one thing, and that's the individual. On this very special Veterans Day, I'd like to tell you the story of one vet. This is my grandfather, Bob. During World War II, he flew in airplanes capturing photographs of aerial views of enemy bases to help the United States military plan attacks. Through his work, he helped the United States win many of their battles. But shortly after the picture on the right was taken, Bob lost his battle against acute myeloid leukemia. I'd like to think that if he were here today, he had to go through it again, and maybe this time he would conquer the disease. But the fact of the matter is, in the past 40 years, we've seen little progress in defeating AML. Today, the 5-year survival rate for AML patients is a mere 24%. So that brings me to today. Fast forward about 2 decades, this is Bob's son, who also happens to be my father. About 2 years ago, we joined forces with friends and family to create Team All In Bob's memory, and we have already laid the groundwork for our upcoming 2019 fundraising season. You see, because if research like AML had been here 20, 30 years ago, perhaps Bob would still be with us today. And that's why we get so excited about fundraising each year, because innovative research starts with funds. Now let me tell you guys, fundraising is something we can all do. Over our past 2 years, our team has raised over $13,000 for LLS, and we didn't do it through any marvelous means. We did it through simple things like old-fashioned door-to-door campaigning, selling waffles at basketball games, and even dancing in a blood drop cutout in the middle of Fountain Square. So this is something we can all do. You climb a mountain step by step, and you raise $10,000 dollar by dollar. So I return to this idea that through precision medicine, we can find cures to cancers. But as you see, we're no longer talking about simple pills, but about processes in treating cancer. And these processes are largely expensive. The future of cancer treatment is around the corner, but getting there requires you, it requires me, it requires all of us to start taking action today. Thank you.